So yesterday, I took a stab at tuning my carburetor. I'm really new at it. Like, I thought I was decent, and I tried it yesterday, and I learned some new stuff. Yesterday, it ran great on the stand. I put on a bigger prop, which would hit the stand, and then it seemed to not run great anymore. But I'm hoping it just wasn't warmed up enough, and we're gonna try this. Also, 2D steering. I'll show you about that. Anyway, let's go flying. Oh yeah, you might be wondering about the sort of lame ascot thing I'm wearing. It's getting chilly in North Carolina, and we're a little cold-blooded. But check this out. Huh? Not so lame anymore now, huh?
Alright, kind of a hard day to launch. The winds are light and variable. I was about to set up somewhere else because the wind changed directions and it seemed to change back. We'll see what we get. Light and variable, uphill launch. Here we go. Alright, you guys want to learn about two-dimensional steering? I'll teach you. You make sure the camera's on. Alright, so, do you see this guy right here? Might be a little tight. This guy right here, it's the tip steering. And if I pull it, hopefully you're getting the whole view, it just pulls that little corner of the wing. I'm going to do it on the other side. This just pulls the corner of the wing. This guy here is the brake. And hopefully you can see it, but when I pull it, it pulls the entire side of the wing, like that. So, corner, entire back of the wing. Okay, so these used to be two separate lines, and I could pull just this one or just this one by pulling like any direction on the appropriate toggle. This had its own toggle. With two-dimensional steering, you tie these both into the same brake handle. You see? I have an extra line, that's what you're seeing, but these are both tied to this brake handle. So, if I pull this out to the side, it's like the regular brake. If I pull this way, it's like tip steering. And if I pull it down, it's both, which really makes you turn. See how that works? I've been wanting to try two-dimensional steering, where it's both on the same handle, for a long time. I think it was invented for pylon racers. They have these races where, like, picture a 25-foot tall inflatable pylon on the ground, 6 of them maybe, and paramotors race around them. And when you're on speed bar, which makes you go faster, you can't pull all this brake. It'll make the wing collapse. So you have to use just speed bar. But for a racer, the idea of switching between this handle and one that I removed is no good. So now they can quickly like pull lots of brake or pull lots of tip steer or pull both all with the same handle. That's why it's invented. If you're an acro guy, and I'm kind of growing into that, then the nice thing about 2D steering is when you pull both, it gives the wing that little extra hook at the end. So when I'm pulling it, the wing is just a little more banky. That's why I set it up, to play with that. Now this is my third flight with 2D steering. I guess I think it's fair to say I'm still like getting a grip on it. I do seem to like it. It's not completely free. Well, I mean, it is in terms of money, but it's kind of like pulling a little extra brake. So while it is cutting harder, you're using more energy, and you need to have that in your head when you're doing your wing overs or asymmetric spirals or whatever. Anyway, I'm getting a little low. Let's fire this up and gain some altitude. So one of the things about 2D steering that I'm having a hard time with is the wrap. Like, usually what I do is I put it around my hand like this, and then I put this brake, the yellow thick toggle thing, I'll turn this off, in front of the line, and then it doesn't pull on my hand. But I just can't get it nicely. Like, it hits the throttle, everything's in the way. I don't know, like, oh gosh, and then sometimes I can't get myself out of it. It's really like tangled in there, and when I want to let go of the wrap, like everything's a mess. So what I think I'm going to do instead is just grab it up here. Maybe put a thumb in it or something. Grab it up here and pull it like that. So that's a higher grip than down here. Maybe that'll give me the effect I'm looking for. I'm going to get some altitude. Play around. Sorry about that, sun. Let's play around with some wingovers. Nice. Going big and doing solid 180s like the pros like.
Future Woody here. I just thought this selfie was too cool not to share.
Woohoo! There it is. Ah, kicking ass, Woody. Little unintentional throttle there, but all right. Now we need to settle this shit down because we're almost out of altitude. I was about to leave the area when I saw a guy on a like a dirt bike, a motocross bike. There he is. I think you can see him. I'm really high right now, about 4,500 feet. So I'm going to do some asymmetric spirals because we're right over like my favorite field and play around with that some. I am better at turning to the left than the right. So you know what? I meant to point the camera up for you guys. I'm better at turning to the left than the right. Need to pay more attention. So I tend to turn to the right about twice as often than I do to the left, so that I build skill on this side. So here's my bad side. Flat bottoms. There we go. Go big. 3/4 turns. Doing awesome. Altitude for days. Wish I could control my throttle. That's a lot of spirals. Alright. Yeah. Just doing some throttle I didn't mean to, because I'm still getting a handle, so to speak, on this 2D steering. Like, it's hard to grab it. The leaves are changing colors here in North Carolina now. It's really kind of nice. I feel privileged, like, I don't know, having a broken leg and not flying for a couple of months, it makes you appreciate flying, you know? Like, this is my favorite thing. I like this. So, yeah, like privilege is my favorite word to describe this. I get to do this for real. This is outrageous. So I was in this field 2 weeks ago, and my friend landed. We were flying paramotors together, and like I didn't know why he landed. I didn't know what the scoop was with that. So I'm flying down low like I am now, like 5-10 feet off the ground, and I'm just looking, trying to get like a thumbs up or a thumbs down from him, but he's not looking at me. He keeps showing me his back. And he's wearing his paramotor, so I'm thinking that there's something wrong with it. And I keep making passes, looking. The prop is spinning, and I can't see if it's damaged. But I think he's showing me his paramotor because every time I fly by, he shows me his back. I'm gonna pop over this tree. Anyway, it turns out he wasn't showing me his paramotor. What happened is he landed to pee, and I wasn't helping to diagnose the issue. I was creeping on his wiener, and that's why he kept showing me his back every time I flew by. So yeah, creepy Woody trying to look at some guy's penis. Sorry about that. I don't know how long my own wake lasts. When I fly around, I make a wake just like a boat does in the water. And when I hit it, it's bumpy, just like a boat in the water. So I was just here a few seconds ago. Do I have something to worry about? I'm not 100% sure. But I might. I didn't. I guess it doesn't last a whole minute. I haven't figured it out for sure. Anyway. God, I like this. I really like this. Like, I don't have words for how nice it is to just fly around. Like, I privileged. Oh my gosh. Who does this? This is cool. This is neat to me. It looks like I caught this guy doing the very last of his combine work. He just has 2 or 3 more passes, and I bet he's done farming for the year. I wonder how he feels. How is the season? Is it bittersweet? Is it awesome? Is he thrilled to be done? Is he sad? I don't know. Pretty sure my camera... I don't know what footage I have. For some reason the camera kept cutting off. But anyway, that was awesome. My landing was great. I tried some sats. They didn't work out. They were more like round spirals. So I'm going to tap into my instructor, my bevy of instructors, and see what there is to learn from that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I like making it. Multi-million-dollar deals, got $1 million deal. When I was younger, I would wonder how $1 million feel. And for real, it feel like I ain't even broke a seal. Cause when you drop hits, they want you to pick up the bill. Now my life is in Maryland, my heart is in Chicago. New York state of mind, but out LA, man, that's where I go. When I need to lay this shit down, so much on my mind, that's the reason I'm spitting now.